recipe?
When I first got on Facebook, it was in 2010.
Okay.
And I would just post I wouldn't post recipes or anything. I'd do a little video of what I'm cooking and say, this is what I'm cooking today, y'all. Got some smothered pork chops, and I'd show them and then post it. And people just started following me. And then everybody was like, you need your own cooking show, your own cooking show, your own cooking. So I eventually got my own cooking show in 2018. And the way that happened was, my mother passed away in 2017, the day before Mother's Day, on a Saturday. And I got off of social media for a while. You know, I wasn't posting anything for a couple of months. And then finally, like in July, I just decided to open it up, and something said, create your own business page. I already had my personal page, so I said, let me see what this about. So I named it My Cooking at the time. I wasn't patting the pot at the time. And I started uploading my videos and stuff, and people just started, commenting and stuff. And then one of the guys that I went to school with has his own little television production company. He reached out to me and said, we need to do a cooking show. And that's how it started.
But it's on Facebook, your cooking show, or where's the cooking show?
The cooking show was in Lake Charles. We filmed at his brother's house. He had a big kitchen. It's all on YouTube.
Oh, it's on YouTube.
It was on regional television. It was on a regional television.
Yes,
network.
It was local, local in the Lake Charles, Sulphur, Westlake, Iowa, Moss Bluff area. Every Thursday night. It would come on every Thursday night at 7.
Okay.
And they aired the episode all week long until the next episode, and then they aired it. So people...
How long that?
We did 12 episodes.
Okay.
And then I shut it down because I wasn't working, and I was supposed to be getting paid. I bought all the groceries, fed the crew.
First-line experience.
I wasn't really getting paid because I wasn't patting the pot at the time. People didn't really know of me, so I couldn't get no sponsors. So I shut it down, went back to work, and then, but the way patting the pot was from that show. We were like, when we first met, we was like thinking of a name, and Danny, he was standing at the doorway, and he's like, we started talking about something else besides the name, and then he said, okay, so when Pat is in the pot in the kitchen, he said it like that, when Pat is in the pot in the kitchen, I said, hold up, that's it right there, Pat in the pot. And that's how I named it, and this is how I spell it with the little
like Friends and Mimosas.
Yes,
that's right.
So that's where the name came from. He just was talking about me being in the kitchen, Pat in the pot in the kitchen, and then Drinky Drink. Never said it before. My first episode, while I was cooking, I picked up my glass and I said, y'all know in Louisiana you gotta have your drinky drink when you're cooking. And when I said that, people just like took to it. Like, oh my God, I love the drinky drink. So I'm like, oh
I
Lord,
want to
I'm
know what's in the drinky drink.
It all depends. It's different stuff. I made a video. Well, I was on Facebook Live one time, and I edited the part where I was like, a drinky drink is a drinky drink. It don't have to be alcohol. It could be anything you want it to be. It could be coffee. It could be water. It could be tea. It could be apple juice. A drinky drink is a drinky drink. I started posting in 2017, 18, and my Facebook just started growing. And then in 2020, I got on TikTok because one of my friend's daughter told me about it. I'm like, what is this? So I just made me a little account, and I was just posting little videos. My very first video went like 100 and something thousand views right away. Wow. I was stirring a big pot of crawfish etouffee, and that just went and then people just started following me. So I just started posting little clips of my food and stuff, and people started following me. So that was from January 2020 and I would never cook and give them the recipe because at the time, TikTok would only let you post up to a 60-second video. So in June of 2021, I was on TikTok and I seen 3 minutes. You know where it says 15 seconds, 60 seconds? They say 3 minutes. I said, what? I said, maybe I can work with that. Let's see, it's going to be hard, but I probably can work with it. So I started cooking my stuff. I'd cook it, explain, stop the video, and do my thing, and I made it happen.
Oh.
So from 15,000 followers at that time, in a month's time, I went to 200,000.
Wow.
Yes, that
Are
quick.
you posting yourself, or do you
I'm
have
posting it
someone
myself. My wife now videos me, and we edit together. We work as a team together now. She's actually my manager. She tells me, no, honey, this needs to go there. Pull this a little closer.
I arrange the sets.
Okay.
Because she used to have her own thing too.
Oh, okay.
Miss
What
Ad-
did you do, Jen?
I used to have a travel adventure series called Misadventure. I was Misadventure.
I get it.
And I would go on dangerous, exotic, and quirky assignments for the first time, bringing my viewers with me from the comfort of their couch.
Wow. Is that still happening?
No,
Kind of like me. You ran out of, yeah.
well, I ran out of, it was a very expensive show to produce. Like, I did a trapeze episode, I did a polar bear plunge, I did zorbing, which is a ball that you go in and they push you off the side of a mountain, basically. So I'm an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
So that's what like to use that. And it was very good quality, the production.
Yes.
But like, so I was paying a small crew to come out with me. There was hair and makeup at times, just like lots of stuff. So it was like, and at that time I was catering, just trying to get my bills paid. And I was trying to live that dream. We were a 2-time semifinalist in the New York Television Festival. Like, so there was a little bit of success with it, but it came to a point where I couldn't fund it any longer. Yes. So this has been like such a great adventure for me too, because it's almost like maybe that wasn't what was supposed to work out.
Right.
And now this is what it's supposed to be.
My baby gets emotional every time she
I
I show them from beginning to end. I
And
start
it's
out with,
always in your kitchen, right?
always in the kitchen. Now I do it from New York.
Yeah.
I haven't done it in my kitchen since I'm back because like we've been like, so I do want to get at least
We do want to
one-
make a video or two to be able to have that.
Right.
Yep. I suggested we do something like a boudin dip or something that you only can find kind of in Louisiana. I'm like, let's use this time wisely because we won't be able to, or like some kind of pistolette or something like that because you can't get that bread.
I already have
necessarily.
a pistolette video.
Right, but just kind of an idea of.
Boudin stuff, pistolette. There you go.
Yeah. Yeah. I have my seasoning, and I've been pushing my seasoning on. She's such a great promoter. The way she talks and everything, she knows what to say. The other night we came home, we got the new label. We're now using the new label for the bowl and spice.
Oh yeah, you know what? I would really like to get the old label so you could see the contrast. It's in the car.
Tell us
You guys
about-
mind if I run away for a second?
No.
Okay.
Tell us about how this started. How did your...
So on my friend Paige, she's a big supporter of mine. She owns her own restaurant, and she's like, hey, you need to have a seasoning. She's like, seriously, she said, you need to make a seasoning. You need something. She said, you're so good. People love you. You got to give them something. So I got in my kitchen one day. I didn't even know what I was doing. So what I did, I took some copy paper, I taped it together, and I laid it in my sink, and I visualized some pork chops in there.
Okay.
So I took each individual. I started out with like my red pepper. They were just like I was cooking meat. I'm like, putting it to it, baby. And then I flipped it over in my mind, and I got the set in the backside. I'm getting it. I don't know what I'm doing now. I'm getting it. And then after I done that, I took the paper, put it together, and I put it in a little cup or something. And then I took my measuring spoon and measured it, and then I wrote it down. And I did that for each ingredient. Garlic powder, onion powder, black pepper. When I came to the salt, I'll say, you ain't finna get none of that. I'm fixing to make this low sodium.
That's right.
But all these people with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, I said, I don't want my seasoning to be 350 milligrams of sodium.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna do something different.
Yeah.
So I got the salt and I did. Flip over. Came out to be 30 milligrams of sodium.
Oh, wow.
I got my recipe together, called Targel, gave it to the lady over the phone. I was a little leery about that. I'm like, I don't even know. I give it to somebody. But they're legit. Nobody can have my recipe. The only person that has it besides me is Jen.
Okay.
Because if something happened to me, she can carry on.
right,
Somebody was telling me the other day, Miss Pat, I'm not wishing nothing on you, but what's going to happen if something happened to you? I can't do without your pat in the pot. I'm like, no worries.
Yeah.
My wife will take over. But so I sent in the recipe, and they mix you up a 1 gallon. 1 gallon size bag, and they shipped it to me, and I was so excited when it was like 6 weeks later after I finally got it. And when I got off work one day, I came in and it was there. Ooh, I didn't have no pork chops. I just got off work. I ran to the store and I did a little video. I was like, I got my seasoning, and y'all, let's cook with it for the first time and see what's happening. And it was a hit right off the bat. I said perfect. So we've been making that like that.
Wow.
And so with the bold and spicy, I did the same thing. I added just a little bit more of each, and then I added a little bit more of cayenne, and then I added, I had some more ingredients that I added to it. So I said, well, I'm gonna need to bump up the salt just a little bit because I got more ingredients, and it still came out to be 95 milligrams.
Oh, wow.
And it was a hit.
So what is this one?
So the evolution.
This
Excellent. Yes.
Of the old.
Honey, you want to show them? So this is the pat in the pot you knew at the beginning of her cooking show.
Okay.
Let me put it closer.
Yeah.
That was my
And
cooking.
then this is now what we're evolving into.
It's still the same great flavor, same season, just a new look.
Just a new
Yep,
look.
yep.
Yes. And we did, it came out, we did.
The very low sodium.
Yes, that's the very low, 30 milligrams.
Is this you?
Yes, and this,
That is me.
and people don't recognize her. We got that comment, and so we're like, okay, we need to rebrand.
Yes. Did y'all
So,
know
yeah, so now this one.
Yeah.
And now I have barcodes.
Someone even asked her, like, is this you? Yes.
Oh, the QR
The QR code,
Yep.
yes.
You can follow her on Facebook and Instagram.
And see is my YouTube on it?
Yeah, YouTube's on there.
Yeah, YouTube. I'm
YouTube.
sorry. It's Facebook.
Oh, wow.
Yep, so
Yes.
we'll bring her to your YouTube channel, so
Okay.
then you can get connected and start looking at her recipes
Okay.
right away.
You know, wondering when you were going to get your cookbook. I even had to ask you, but I had to laugh at your last Instagram.
My video. Because so many
that was
people
so funny.
ask me when you're gonna get a cookbook, and that's a legitimate question.
Yeah.
And I want to
But
be able
tell
to.
them what you said.
I said, the cartoon days. Hey y'all, you want to know how to get my cookbook? Watch my videos, pause it, write it down, boom, you got my cookbook for free. I say for free. You listening? Watch my videos, pause it, write it down, and boom, you got my cookbook for free.
I know, it was so funny.
I mean, and that's how we're putting the cookbook together. I'm literally going to the videos and I'm writing down the ingredients.
So will there eventually be a
Absolutely.
Yes. So I told them, I tell them this all the time on TikTok. I say, y'all, the reason I don't have a cookbook yet is because I don't measure nothing. I don't measure nothing. I said, and when it comes to the instructions, the directions of how to cook it, I say it's too much. It's too much because I do a lot. I say, so my cookbook is going to be just like this, y'all. It's going to be unique. It's going to be like, okay, look, you're going to have, I don't know, put what you want. I mean, I'll be like, hell shit, I put a lot. If you want to put a lot, I put a lot of shit. I'll be putting a lot. What's to your liking? You heard me? I'll be like, shit, I don't know. I don't know. You just throw it in a pot. I don't know, and just mix it together. So I told her that's how what my directions is gonna be. I bet it would be it would hit the New York bestseller.
I'm having fun.
we have fun and I'll be on there for hours, 5 hours, 6 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
I have to ask, how was it experiencing the Today Show?
Oh my, I can't even tell you.
You look like you had so much fun.
Hoda is so, I love her so much.
Yeah. Do you stay in contact?
I have a couple of friends now that I made friends with. They started following me on social media when I went there. After the show ended, it was the weirdest thing, y'all. After the show, as soon as the episode ended, and they shut the camera, this employee from the Today Show, I don't know who it was, came straight up to me and says, "Oh my God, you were the best chef we ever had on here," and just left. And I don't know who it was, but I made friends with some other people that work there, and now we visit each other in New York and stuff. Yes, And I went and seen Hoda in 2021 when I went to meet her and brought her a can of the red one because she hadn't had that one.
I saw it.
And
They were outside
on the plaza, and she took it and did me a shout out, and they just re-aired it.
Yes.
Last week or so, a week before last, maybe.
It was at the end of January, I think.
And okay, you seen it?
Huh?
Okay.
We haven't seen it, so we've just heard people talking.
And said it was on the Today Show, and they even showed you when you first met Hoda. I'm like,
They did.
see, and I say Hoda getting ready to call me back.
I was about to ask you, did she call you back?
No, but they're about to call me.
How did y'all two meet?
You tell them the story, honey. I've been talking. I want to eat.
Yeah, fair enough. All right, fair enough. I'll respect that. August 2021, I went to New Orleans just for a long weekend. I was supposed to go with my sisters, but then there was like kind of an outbreak of COVID at that time. It was a hot zone, and neither of them were vaccinated, and so I said this would be irresponsible for me to travel with two people not vaccinated, whatever. So I actually shut down the trip. And then a few days later, I was like, well, why should I miss out because of them? So then I rebooked my ticket, and I'm like, I'm going to New Orleans.
You asked how many people?
I asked like 10 other people because my aunt had gifted me a timeshare. So like I already had the room, and so I just told people, I'm like, you just gotta get the flight, I got a room, like it's all good. Anyway, ended up going by myself.
Nobody could go. She's asked this person, they couldn't, so she went on to the next. So like 10 people, nobody could go.
Because it was just a few days before the trip, right? Very last minute. But and so I kind of barely got to New Orleans. That's the gist of that. And then Pat was there with Kat, and Kat asked her to go to a food show, and she was like, no, I don't want to go. I was just there a few weeks ago. I'm just going to spend a bunch of money. Anyway, she talked her into going. So she really wasn't supposed to be there either. And we ended up just meeting. I actually was ghost hunting myself. I was on a bike tour, and then I'm like, oh, that's a haunted bar. Lafitte's blacksmith shop, right? So I'm like, oh, I gotta go take a picture, see if the head appears, so I'm ghost hunting. And she was on the courtyard on TikTok Live with Kat. And I went out there and just asked if I could sit at the other end of the table because everything else was kind of taken. And
Kat went over
to kind of make friends with me. And anyway, that's kind of how Pat and I met, but Pat didn't pay me the time of day until I started talking to some other women across the bar, and she's like, what's going on over there?
And she's like, oh, now you want it. And then she comes up to me, and she's standing on the side of the table, and I'm on TikTok Live looking at everybody, and I'm looking at her, and she's like, come over here and give me a kiss.
Okay, so hold on. There are a few things that have built up to that. I will say I had a little liquid courage, of course.
You're New Orleans.
And how was the kiss?
Let me tell you, let me get to that first.
Because I got to make sure that this
when she said that, everybody on TikTok that was watching me heard her. And I'm like, ooh, and they're like, no, Miss Pat, no, Miss Pat, no, don't do it, Miss Pat, don't do it. I'm like, I got up, and she just show her. She did.
No, come here.
That long, with just the lips, just held it a few seconds, and I'm like, that was different than I thought. I just thought she meant, she held her lips on mine for like 5 seconds, and I'm like, I felt the invitation, like I felt something. I'm like, she didn't try to force herself on me. It was just very real sensual, and very warming,
Passionate,
and inviting. Yes, without a tongue, just a
nice and clean. I know how to get another invite back.
We met August 6th of 2021. We talked. So when I brought her to the airport that Sunday, dropped her off, and I don't like.
This story kills me. I can't believe you're sharing this story.
I wasn't really like in the public with my sexuality. Like I don't like to put it in people's face. So I had Kat with me. So if I would have been by myself, I'd have stayed with her because I dropped her off to the airport like 2 hours early. I would have stayed with her, until it was time for her to go check in. And I felt bad leaving her. I was like, oh. So anyway, to kiss her bye, I wasn't going to do it in the middle of the airport, and I wanted to kiss her.
Which I think is silly, but.
So I'm like, the women's bathroom. So I said, follow me. We brought her to there was nobody in there. We went all the way to the last stall with the handicap.
So we had a little more room.
And I kissed her goodbye then, and I asked her, I said, please text me, because I didn't think I was ever going to see her again. I did tell her, I'm going to come to New York and see you, because I just knew. I said, can you just, when you get home, just text me and let me know you made it. Because that's how we do in Louisiana. Let me know when you get home. So she said, I will. She said, it'll be about midnight my time when I get home. I said, okay, that'll be 11 o'clock. So I was home filling orders in my room on my website, and I look up at the clock, and it was 11 o'clock. I said to myself, and I knew it was 12 o'clock there, I said to myself, she should be getting home. I was waiting for that text, and as soon as I said that ding, 12 o'clock on the dot, she texted me and told me she was home, and then how it was such a pleasure meeting me and this and that. And she's like, I'd like to, talk more, but I'm just getting in. Can I call you tomorrow? And I'm like, okay, yeah. And so she said she would call me when she get off work in the evening, and I'm just thinking she ain't gonna call. That's just her way of, honey child, did she call? I was in line at McDonald's. She texts me. She says, I'm available to talk. Should I call you FaceTime or on the phone? And I said, FaceTime. So I pulled up.
I never FaceTime. This has now become a thing. Yeah.
From that point on, that Monday, we talked every single day, 2 or 3 times a day, until I went to see her September 3rd. So we, every night for hours, like I was literally falling asleep on the phone. 2 or 3 in the morning, we were still on the phone. And I'm like, and I'd be so embarrassed. I wake up and she was still talking. She was still talking.
Now who's ashamed?
I would be like struggling, man. She'd call me like 10 o'clock at night, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, we just talk every single day. We got to know each other. And when I went there, I actually just got like for 5 days, like 4 nights, 5 days.
Like Thursday to Tuesday or something like that.
Because of her work schedule. And then she asked me, well, why don't you change your plane ticket instead of round trip, make it a one-way, and then we can see where it goes.
I said, we're both adults. Like, if this isn't working, we can live with each other for a few days, like before you can fly out. I said I would hate to have us just have a few days together and us not really be able to spend that time because of work and everything, and then be like, like you'd have to turn around and come back again and see what that was. So I said, would you be open to getting a one-way ticket, and let's just see kind of what happens and how we feel.
And we couldn't get enough of each other. I ended up staying 5 weeks. She took me all over. 5 weeks.
That's awesome.
5 weeks. And look, ain't had nobody to fill my orders at home. And I was like, I need to get home and go fill my orders. But they knew, a lot of them knew that I was in New York. So, and I did post on Facebook that I was going away for a little while, that I will fill your orders when I come back. Now, since then, I got somebody to do it. Somebody's taking care of my stuff while I'm in New York. So I stayed 5 weeks, came home because I had some obligations, some events to go cook for and this and that. And 3 weeks, I was back on the plane. I came home October 11th and I flew back November 5th, and when I come down the escalator to go get my luggage, she was down there, She had hired somebody, one of her friends, to play the guitar, and one of her friends to film it. And she got down on one knee and proposed to me after 3 months. I had no clue. I'm like, when did you have time to plan all this? Because we on the phone all the time. We talk in the morning when she gets up until it's time for her to walk out the door to go to the train. And I'm like, when did you have time to plan all of this? We was on the phone constantly. She'd go on her lunch break at work. She'd call me. And as soon as she get home at night, she'd call me. So I couldn't figure out how she planned all of this. So she did it. And
Beautiful.
and then we said, since we met in New Orleans, let's go back to Louisiana and get married. So we got married at Pat O'Brien's.
Okay.
We had a beautiful
Beautiful.
wedding. We had several people from TikTok that was in our wedding. It was big. It was beautiful. It's on YouTube.
Well, we did TikTok live while we were doing it, and at one point in time, we had over 16,000 people watching us. Yes.
During the nuptials, it was like in and out, but a total of all the people that watched our wedding, it was 298,000.
Wow.
Yes, that watched our video.
Thank God you didn't have to feed all those people.
No.
Oh yeah, absolutely not. We didn't eat. We didn't even have
I didn't even
touch
get
of
to
food.
eat.
No, it was the cake we fed each other. That was like
we
it.
hired a photographer for 3 hours, and when I say that woman took pictures for 3 hours, inside, outside, and she got everything. 900 and almost 1,000 pictures, and she put it on a little memory stick.
Yeah, it was Pat's job to go through all the pictures and then pick out her favorite ones, and then I'll be like, okay,
I
here.
was like going through pictures for days.
Have some fun little questions for you.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, I like this part.
We have a game too. Okay.
Oh,
You know
I
I
love
like my
games.
games.
We got a game too.
She's like, oh, Donna with her games.
That's how
I love games.
She's a game. I'm with you. I'm not a gamer, but she is. She's always one of
Okay.
games.
These are just fun little questions. How long
would I last? In the zombie
Apocalypse. You know the zombies come, dear.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, like the game that I play at home.
I know. Oh my God, I don't know. Not at all. Not at all.
Well, I think one, it depends on, do you have me as a partner or am I by myself?
Right.
That is yes. Because
I would
either they're
say
helping
together,
you or they're like,
together.
Oh, together?
she'd survive a little
I would
longer
survive
then.
a little longer because she would have to be pulling me along. I would be like clinging to her. I'd be on her back, really.
Yeah. Okay. If you wrote a book about your career so far, what would the title be?
The hell I done went through to get to where I'm at.
I would say here, there, and everywhere.
Okay. What dance moves are you secretly awesome at?
None.
I think that's a pretty accurate. No.
None. I'm not awesome at no dance.
You don't dance?
I do dance, but I don't have no secret moves that I'm, nothing. I've been trying to learn how to twerk and it ain't happening. I be doing it on TikTok Live. They be laughing. They be screen recording it and sending it to me. I be like,
Maybe some of the kids at the family reunion can teach you this weekend.
I'm a lost cause.
What about you, Jen?
I have a move called the coffee grinder.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, are you serious?
Let's see. Can we do it?
I want to see.
I'm on the floor, so I don't know if you'll be able to see it. So it's a move on the floor
Don't
real
hurt
quick.
yourself.
That's what I'm
On the
saying.
floor? Wait, let me video.
It's gonna be real quick here.
Okay.
Okay.
My sneakers.
I get it.
The coffee grinder.
I used to be better when I was younger, but here we go. That's what I'll bring out at the weddings.
Oh my God. This is fun.
Newlywed game.
Oh, I know. Yes. The
Friends of
newlywed.
Mimosa.
The version. Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
And then you answer before. Okay. show the. Okay, go
Okay,
ahead.
so if money were no object, where would you live?
Now you.
Hold on, now turn around a second.
Oh, I wouldn't even have a home. I'd be everywhere. I'd be traveling everywhere.
You'd be a nomad.
I'd be staying here, there, and everywhere.
Okay.
So I put this, but then I was going to say,
She said Louisiana.
and like, yeah, because we'd be traveling everywhere, but I know this is where your heart is.
I would, yes, I know. I would have a home here, but where would
We'd be everywhere.
I'd be everywhere.
Very good.
Next.
Okay, if your spouse was a Disney character, who would they be?
Oh, that's a hard one. Oh no, Peter Pan.
That's cute. Ratatouille.
Oh, yeah, that's a little chef. Oh, I didn't. I was like Peter Pan because I would want to fly everywhere.
You know what though? Yes, accurate.
Cool, excellent, excellent.
I don't know Ratatouille.
You have to go watch
I scored an accuracy
yes,
point.
you have to
Okay.
We'll watch it.
All right. Yeah.
What is your spouse's worst habit?
Oh my God, I complain a lot.
Oh, that was a good one, but I did say TikTok because I have a love-hate relationship with TikTok.
Oh yes. Okay.
Oh man, we failed, honey. I told you.
I failed. Okay, honey. Do you have a song? If so, what is it? Do you have a song? Oh, I was thinking if we had a song together.
Together.
Oh yeah, we had a song together.
if y'all
If
had a
so,
song.
what is it?
Okay, so this is a
What is our
horrible
song
bit.
together?
Okay, but not our first one that I had them
It's
play.
your
I knew
song.
you wouldn't do that. What is the name of it? The one that we danced to at the wedding?
Yes.
No, not that one. I'm really bad at this. Oh my gosh, I'm shame right now. Show me your answer. I don't have an answer. Lost in your eyes or whatnot? Not Debbie Gibson.
I wrote it all on the back of one page. My bad.
That's fine.
I choose you. Our wedding song.
Okay, very good.
What
I
is
choose
it?
you. I choose you.
By Ryan.
I'm like really bad at names.
Okay.
Yes.
What was the one we danced to for our wedding? Man, I'm bad.
Yeah, see, exactly. Great.
Okay.
We're in perfect company.
What is your spouse's favorite restaurant?
Restaurant?
What's my favorite restaurant? Come on now. Where I always want to go eat with a bunch of people.
Carmine's?
Yes.
I didn't know it's that favorite. I knew you liked it, but okay.
I do like it. I always want to go there, but it's so much food for just two of us.
So
when we
Carmine's,
have-
yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Is that here?
No, see, that's why
It's in
I was
New
thinking
York.
like,
Oh, it's in New York.
Yes.
but there's restaurants that you love here.
Pat's of Henderson.
I was gonna say that
And Lake
Henderson's
Charles.
or whatever.
Pat's of Henderson and Lake Charles.
I would have said that. Yep, that's what I would have said. Okay.
What's their weirdest
Quirk. So this is about me. How did you answer it? Were you thinking about you or me?
You.
What's my weirdest quirk? How I brush my teeth.
No, that's one though.
Oh wait, I need to know.
Oh my God.
No. We're leaving it at that.
I can be 2 rooms away and I'll hear. Every time I'm like,
Got me on like this tongue scraper thing that I'm like not really into.
I'm like, oh my God.
I'm like, it'll get better. It'll get
When you
better.
gonna stop gagging when you're brushing your teeth?
Okay, let's move on. What's my weirdest quirk?
Okay, I put when you're dancing, you're standing up in your.
Oh, I love this.
Do it. I use that right there.
I got the rhythm. Oh yeah.
She moves her neck like that. I like. That's the weirdest part to me.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Thank y'all so much. Cheers to new friends.
Yes, absolutely.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank y'all so much for joining us.
Thank you
We
for
had
having us.
Absolutely. A blast.
Cheers, everyone.
We had a
It
great
was
time.
so much fun. I didn't even know what to expect, and it was beyond my expectation.
Good. I'm glad y'all had fun.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Thank you for having
We
us.
was just
and
10
we
minutes away.
Hope to come join you guys again. Like, we would love to do that.
of course.
Absolutely.
Yes.
For Halloween.
Thank you so much. Thank
Maybe
you.
so. Maybe
Yeah.